up? It's Kelly. Welcome to my channel. So today I want to talk about going grocery shopping and how to save money. So first of all, every time any of the sales papers or anything come out, I do look at those sometimes. So I just kind of get like an idea most of the time I look online of what's on sale, what we want that week, different, ideas. And then I just kind of map out what I want, what I'm gonna get, and I do make notes. Whether I do it like on a piece of paper, most of the time I just put it on my iPhone in the little notes, and I just make notes and the things that I need and the things that I want. I do category it out most of the time. I have, like the things that we need, meats, vegetables, anything that's gonna be a healthy meal for us to prep and have during the whole week. I usually only go once a week. Sometimes I go more than that, but usually just once a week. My husband and I usually go like on, like a date day, and we'll go get our groceries and stuff and prep for the whole week. So what I normally do is we will go through, our list and get what we need for the week. We don't, I've said this in previous videos, we don't buy a bunch of junk food. So I kind of stay away from that. Every once in a while I'll splurge and get some queso and chips or something, but we just get like the basics of what we will need. So we'll basically get anything that's on sale that week that we want, anything that's in season. So it's going to be cheaper usually if it's in season, fruits and vegetables. And right now, of course, the price of meat. If you eat meat, the price of meat's really expensive right now for certain things. So we just kind of shop around and see what the best deals are. So when I do go shopping by myself, I'll go to Target or Walmart usually. And I like to just look around, like if I have time, I like to walk up and down aisles and look at the new seasonal things that are out or just any of the stuff, that's out. And I like just having like me time just to look around, and I don't buy a lot of it anymore. Used to, I'd be like, oh, this is so cute. We're going to grab this. We're going to grab this. We're going to get that. I don't do that anymore. Now I do still buy things like what I did in my previous video on things I don't buy anymore. I do still buy things at times. But what I try to do is I just look at it, and if I really, really like something, a lot of times one of my tricks is I'll take a picture of it. And I'll either pull it up on the app, whether I'm at Walmart or Target, and I'll heart it, and I'll save it in there. So that way I know that I have it. So when I'm looking back through my photos at some point and I see that, like, do I love that? Do I still really want that? And if I do, then I'll either order it online from Target, or I will just go pick it up, whichever is easiest. Most of the time when I get home, I'm like, and I see it in the photos a few days later, a week later, whatever. I'm like, I didn't really need that. I'm glad I didn't get that. Another thing that we do is we will look in our pantry or our fridge before we go grocery shopping and see what we are really low on, and then put that in our notes. So that way we know if, instead of being in the store and you're like, I think I'm low on this, and then you get home and you have like 5 bottles of it already, or a full bottle that's going to last you a really long time. So we do that a lot too, and that way it's added in, and it's in your notes, that you need it, you're low on it, or that you're out of it, and you have it, so you don't spend the extra money on stocking up, and then your pantry or cabinets or anything that you store your stuff in is full of this one item or something similar to it, and you don't buy multiple items of it. Speaking of, cleaning your pantry out is like a great thing before you go to the store. You don't have to do it weekly, because I don't do it weekly, but cleaning it out and looking at everything, what you have, what's expiring soon or has already expired. That way you know what you really do need, what you need to get rid of, and then you can restock. Because if you're anything like me, I shove things in the back a lot, and then other things on top of it, and it gets pushed back and it expires. Or, I'll have like 3 bottles and not realize it because I've put other things on top or in front of it. And then this morning, I went to the grocery store, got home, put some noodles in the cabinet. Oh, I found 3 more packs of gluten-free noodles. I was like, no. So I know that I should have cleaned my pantry out and checked it out this morning before I went to the store, but it was a spur of the moment. We'll run in the store really quick, grab a couple of things, and then I learned my lesson the hard way again that I should have checked before. Same thing with cleaning your fridge out. You should always really check your fridge before, because the same exact thing, you don't realize that something is, you have another bottle in there of something, or there's already one carton of milk and you didn't realize it and you bought another one. Or so I try to always check my fridge before I do go to the store, and I'll make notes on that too, like, oh, don't need bacon, there's a lot of that, or don't need eggs, or have like a full carton of eggs. I just always try to check the fridge just to make sure, because I have a really bad memory, which you can probably tell in the videos because sometimes I repeat myself, but I have a really bad memory at times. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I'm out of this one. No, I'm pretty sure last week I bought a whole new one. So I have to really make notes on a lot of things. So another thing that we do is going on with the notes, like the toilet paper, toothpaste. If we're going to go to the store, I usually try to check all of those things. I'll look at the toilet paper, toothpaste, paper towels, laundry detergent, dish soap, anything like that. And I'm like, I'll see if it's really low, then I'll go ahead and make a note that it's low. We need dish detergent. I can't speak. Or if it is, I still have like 2 weeks, I'll put, like 2 weeks out. Or I try to make, I make my like crazy notes, but I try to make different notes so I know, because sometimes in my mind, I'm like, I think I was low on that. And then I get home and I'm like, oh, I still have like a full month's worth of laundry detergent or, anything like that. So I do try to make notes, like I said, on what I'm getting low on. One thing that we do to save money is we do shop at Costco a lot. So we buy a lot of things like in bulk. Now to do that, you have to have a little bit, of room. Like, again, we check our fridge, freezer, and pantry before. That way I know that there's room. Speaking of getting things in bulk, one thing that I do is a lot of times if it comes like in a huge bag, I will separate it out into like Ziploc freezer bags, whether it's the gallon size, the sandwich size, any of the smaller like freezer bag sizes. And I'll put it in that, and that way I know I can get to it. It's easy access. And usually in the bags like that, it's going to be cheaper for like the larger bulk bags that you buy. But a lot of people don't want to get like a large bulk bag because, they're like, it's going to go bad before. So I will go ahead once I get home, I'll separate it all out, put it in a freezer bag, write the date on it if I want to. Most of the time we eat it so soon, I don't need to put a date on it. But then I just pop it back in the freezer, and that way I can just grab the bag, open it up, cook whatever that is, and it saves money that way, definitely, for us. Speaking of putting things like in different, individual bags, our daughter is actually gluten intolerant. She does not have celiac disease, but she is allergic to gluten now, and which we found out probably about 6 months ago, I guess. And the gluten-free bread, she doesn't eat a lot of bread anyway, but she does want bread sometimes. I mean, who doesn't? And so I found that when I was buying the gluten-free bread, it was going bad before she would eat it. So I started taking the bread, and I would take like usually 2 pieces, to each bag, and I would put them in a Ziploc bag, freeze them, and then whenever I knew I was going to make her a sandwich or something with bread, then I would just take it out, put it in the fridge, and let it thaw. And that way it's not wasted. Because, I was throwing away probably about a half a loaf a week because she just doesn't eat that much bread, and I don't eat bread hardly ever. And so it was just going to waste. So I started doing that. Also, I do that with fruit. I will wash it and then kind of like let it lay out and dry. And then I'll put them in bags. Like if I have blueberries, sometimes I freeze some of them. Sometimes I don't, but when we see that they're in bags, it's just easier to grab, put in her lunch, or for me to grab for like a snack on the go. And I'm not really sure why, but for me, whenever I see it in a bag, it's like, oh, there it is, instead of just being one big like container pushed in the back somewhere. So I do in my fridge, I have little plastic like Tupperware bowl type things that they're the little storage containers. And so I'll just put all the bags in them, and it's easy to grab and go, and super easy access, and I see it there, so I know what's going to be going out sooner than than just piling it all on top of each other. Another thing that I do is I drink a lot of protein. So I buy the protein shakes in like the big bulk boxes at Costco. I like the Premier Protein, and every few months Costco has them on like a really good deal for those on sale, and so I'll go buy really just depends on the limit that they have. Usually it's, I think, anywhere from 4 to 7 boxes. So I'll buy up a bunch of those, keep them, kind of like in the back in storage somewhere, and then I just keep my fridge lined up in certain areas of those. And that way I know, yeah, I'm going to spend a certain amount of money on them, but I'm saving $4, $5, $6 a box when they do go on sale. And I have plenty for me for later. So guys, that's pretty much it on my grocery bargain shopping. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. I'm burning up. It's really hot. My hair is already like freezing because I'm hot.